Pancakes, music, Western wear, and money.
This is absolutely critical for Calgary.
How Stampede will give us an economic boost. Preserving Calgary's heritage.
These heritage homes are kind of this record of Calgary's culture.
Thousands of homes in the city missing out on a little tender loving care. And selling electric vehicles. The boss at GM Canada wants the customer to decide.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. The Calgary Stampede is underway. The grounds have just fully opened for Sneak-a-Peek night, and things kicked off this morning with an annual tradition, the first flip pancake breakfast. Pancake lovers got their favorite fix while listening to music from the Frontiers and Mackenzie Brown. Green Fools Theatre and the Chinook Line Dancers also kept people entertained. Premier Danielle Smith and Mayor Jyoti Gondek were there to kick things off. And the crowds are growing this afternoon as Sneak-a-Peek gets underway at the grounds. Tyson Fedor joins us from Stampede Park. So, Tyson, the gates opened early today.
And Ian, what's the Stampede without a little bit of rain? It's just started to chuck it down here downtown at the Stampede Park. So a lot of people still making their way through those gates. But a little earlier today, as the Sneak-a-Peek kicked off around 3 o'clock this afternoon, that's when the gates open. Typically opens around 5 o'clock. So at this point, this is the first time the Stampede goers can actually get in to see what Stampede Park looks like. This is the unofficial kickoff to Stampede, as the parade will really kick things off for the greatest outdoor show on earth tomorrow morning. The Stampede seeing nearly 1.5 million people enter through the gates just last year. They anticipate around 1.3 million will this year. But they say they can always accommodate more. The Conference Board of Canada's latest numbers in 2019 show the Stampede raked in around $282 million annually, the majority of it staying in Calgary. The Chamber of Commerce says these 10 days is sometimes the pinnacle for many small businesses.
Well, for so many of them, this is the majority of their revenue for the year. It's really important for small businesses, and it really is. It's an opportunity to grow your business, to think about new opportunities for your business in terms of expanding your market, maybe thinking of other products, whatever it is. This is absolutely critical for Calgary, and I think as long as the weather holds, I think we're going to have a really, really good 10 days.
Now, if you do want to check out Stampede, you have until July 13th. You have until midnight tonight to come check out Sneak-a-Peek if you would like. You can get down here and enjoy the food, the rides, and all the live entertainment this evening, and hopefully stay a little dry here, Ian.
All right, Tyson, thanks very much. And here's a look at the Stampede Parade route for tomorrow morning. The parade begins at 9th Avenue and 3rd Street Southeast. It goes to 10th Street Southwest, then loops back along 6th Avenue. If you can't make it to the parade in person, CTV Calgary has you covered. You can watch the parade live on TV and online starting at 8:55 a.m. Although many Stampede events coincide with drinking alcohol, some local businesses say the non-alcoholic category is rising. Annex Ales has been making craft soda drinks for a decade. Its owners say this year 1/3 of all its sales come from sodas. Mocktails are also gaining popularity. At Village Brewing, zero proof and low alcohol by volume is their fastest rising product line. Owners say it's possible to celebrate Stampede without consuming alcohol.
Many of our consumers are transitioning between sometimes drinking and sometimes not. So it's more of a situational kind of thing for most customers.
I think we're going to see this stick around. I think we're going to see more styles, more exploration, different categories emerge out of this non-alcoholic trend. I think it's going to keep growing from here.
The Stats Canada survey from last fall found younger Canadians are more likely to have not had an alcoholic drink in the past week. The Stampede Bowl is happening tonight at McMahon Stadium.
We are about to make CFL history in the City of Red.
That's Poison frontman Bret Michaels, who will be performing during halftime. This is the first time the Calgary Stampeders have hosted a game while the Stampede is taking place. The Stamps will play the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. So Danielle joins us now from our Skywatch Weather Center. Lots of people will be outside tonight between the football game and Sneak-a-Peek night. So what
Busy
can we
night.
expect?
Okay, so between now and 7:30 p.m. is our greatest chance for showers in the city. We're getting some right now in the north end, and as you can see, falling on Tyson, and everybody else is hanging out at Stampede Park right now. So there's a look at the radar. This wave of it, though, lasts likely till about 7:30. There's the chance of another wave rolling in, but that's a smaller chance of seeing any sort of activity in the city. But it may lead to an isolated shower closer to 8:30 p.m. Okay, so mainly dry after 8:30 is what you can look at. 19 degrees. Temperatures have regulated. The gusts are picking up, and things will continue to cool down over these next couple of days. Your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details. Wow. I guess I'm already at Stampede at this point. See dealer for details or visit fifthavvw.com. For tomorrow, parade day, parade morning. Beautiful morning for it. Mainly sunny skies. Clouds increasing in the afternoon. More details coming up, Ian.
Thanks, Danielle. Operations are back to normal at airports across Canada, including Calgary, after a series of bomb threats this morning. NAV Canada says it became aware of bomb threats early this morning at 6 airports: Calgary, Edmonton, Montreal, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Winnipeg. Sites were evacuated and flights were grounded for a while, but air traffic resumed later this morning. NAV Canada says it won't reveal the specific nature of the threats, but it is working closely with authorities while the investigation continues. 2 coal companies suing Alberta's government over its mining policy flip-flop say they've reached settlement agreements. Atrium Coal says its agreement is definitive, but Evolve Power says the terms of its settlement are being finalized. Evolve expects an agreement in September. The companies are among 5 that are suing the government for a collective $16 billion in sunk costs and lost revenue. The province tells CTV News it cannot comment on matters currently before the courts. However, Premier Smith spoke to CTV last night at a town hall in Okotoks about the province's coal policy strategy.
We also have a number of leases that we're in the process of buying back, so that those leases are held in the hands of the Alberta government and not open for development. So I think that the original intention of the 1976 coal policy was to have a very limited number of areas where coal can be developed, and that's kind of what we're returning to.
The other 3 companies suing the province are Valerie Resources, Cabin Ridge, and Northback Holdings. Good news for those looking to buy an apartment. Prices are starting to drop. According to the Calgary Real Estate Board, year-over-year condo apartment prices fell by 3% in June. The benchmark price is just over $333,000. That's because inventory is up 73%. In June, it would take 4 months to sell all current listings, compared to 1.5 months the same time last year. The CREB attributes the change to an increase in both resale and new build supply, along with slower international migration. A Calgary designer who designated his house as an historic resource hopes more homeowners follow his lead. 7 years ago, Matthew Kennedy bought a Parkdale house constructed in 1913. He immediately designated it as a heritage resource. That makes it eligible for preservation, property tax breaks, and other special grant funding. Kennedy used it to redesign and remodel and is now pushing others to do the same. The city has identified over 4,000 homes as potential heritage assets, but only about a quarter of those are listed on the inventory.
These heritage homes are kind of this record of Calgary's culture, you know, and the fact that they're getting torn down so quickly, it makes these houses even more important. Once it's done, you know, it's going to be here for another 100 years.
The heritage designation process is done through self-nomination. To learn more about the process and some of the perks, visit ctvnews.ca/Calgary. Hospitals in Ukraine are dealing with patients affected by war. Just ahead, the man who is on a mission from Calgary to Banff to raise money for medical care in Ukraine. And you got a craving for a Stampede hot dog? The study that may dissuade you from making it a regular part of your diet. Also, if you have a news tip for us, text us at 10400. There are some very dark clouds over Calgary right now, and they're not just there for show. They're producing some rain.
They're producing some rain, so non-severe, not even seeing lightning with any of this right now, but this is what we are seeing on one of our cameras. So, and the winds have picked up as these little cells roll through. So these little cells are packing a bit of a punch with regards to the rainfall. It's short-lived. It's heavy when it moves through. It's isolated, though, because some parts of the city are just getting some cloud cover and the wind's picking up here and there. 17 degrees is the temperature, so this is also dipping our temperature. We were in the 20s just about half an hour ago. I'm not sure why it's showing this graphic again, but hey, if I can talk about the morning for tomorrow, we are looking at mainly sunny skies. Hey, we might as well go through this. 11 degrees at 8 a.m. That's for your parade day forecast. Clouds increasing later in the day. All right, get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary, and temperatures have certainly regulated. So where the cell, the notable cell is pushing through is in mainly the north and central part of the city, and so you can see it's dropped the temperature because we were in the 20s just 20 minutes ago. Now we're down to 17, but that will bounce back up before we actually cool down for the night. It's 21 downtown, 18 in Bragg Creek, and Irricana, 20 in Strathmore. Okay, looking at temperatures, this is why we've had the heat warning still in place for many communities off to the southeast, because they had an additional day of heat in comparison to Calgary. So we got to about 21 today in Calgary and still in the 30s for Medicine Hat. So just bordering on that level for heat warning criteria, so it is still in place basically all the way up to just east of Calgary, so Strathmore included in this, but this warning will be dropped tonight because we're looking at more reasonable temperatures for all communities in southern Alberta as we head into tomorrow. All right, here's that activity that's been going on mainly to the north with regards to actual thunderstorm activity. Look at that though, a lightning strike just popped up in Calgary, so now we are into a non-severe thunderstorm as this cell tracks through. So a little bit of lightning associated with this, certainly a big downpour. The wind's picking up and the temperature's cooling, but this is non-severe, but still, of course, something to head indoors as it approaches you. It's tracking from north to south in the city. We have the potential for any sort of shower and thunderstorm activity up until about 7:30. Then it looks like that next wave will be too weak to make its way all the way into Calgary. So after 7:30 p.m. we should be pretty stable. And then this is a look at tomorrow morning. Sunshine for the city for parade morning. Clouds increasing closer to those supper hours. The winds will pick up then as well, gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour and south of Calgary. So basically Okotoks and south. Friday night and through Saturday morning rainfall is expected. Okay, so 21 degrees is our high for tomorrow, which is pretty much what we had today. Increasing cloud later in the day. Late day Saturday, late day Sunday. The potential of some non-severe thunderstorm activity with temperatures closer to that 20 mark. If you want to be back to the 30s, well, there you go on Tuesday. We'll be back to 31.
We may be in the middle of barbecue season, but a new study suggests you should think twice before asking for a hot dog. U.S. and U.K. researchers analyzed data from more than 60 previous studies on the relationship between diet and the risk of common major diseases. For processed meats, they found people who ate a hot dog a day had noticeable increases in their risk of type 2 diabetes and colorectal cancer. The authors say their findings show there is no safe amount of processed meat to eat. The study was published in Nature Medicine. A Ukrainian man who lives with cerebral palsy set off on a journey today that will take him from Calgary to Banff. Alexander Kianitsa is walking to raise money for hospitals in Ukraine to purchase equipment and medical supplies. The 200-kilometer journey will take him about 20 days, and he's making stops in Cochrane, Bragg Creek, and Canmore. He hopes to raise $20,000 on this trip, and he's getting a lot of support from local Ukrainian communities in southern Alberta.
We saw already a lot of support from just people of Calgarians who just messaged and said, we're going to volunteer, we will cook food, we will send food to him, we will walk with him. Also to some companies who said, we will support, we will donate.
We've posted more information about the walk and how you can donate on our website, ctvnews.ca/Calgary. Good for him. Well, just yesterday, he was meeting with the Prime Minister. Today, GM Canada's boss is in Calgary. Coming up, his pitch to remove electric vehicle quotas. Tariff dispute with the U.S. is having an impact on Canada's trade numbers. Joining me is Liana Wachniak, investment advisor with the Popwich Karmali Advisory Group. And first of all, Liana, what happened in the markets today?
Well, it was quite an interesting trading day, given that it was a short day in the U.S. and in preparation for their Independence Day holiday, the markets will be closed tomorrow as well. But we saw record highs today, not only in the Canadian market, where the TSX closed above 2,700 points for the first time, 27,000 points for the first time ever. We also saw the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ also closing at record highs. Two drivers for this. One was a better than expected jobs report, which actually saw unemployment go down slightly in the U.S. And the second was some optimism around AI, in particular NVIDIA today. They came close to hitting a record for the world's most valuable company ever. In fact, right now they're worth more than the combined value of the Canadian and Mexican stock markets in their entirety, with a market cap near $4 trillion US.
Wow, some staggering numbers there. Meantime, Canada's trade deficit decreased in May.
That's right. Now, a trade deficit, of course, is where we're importing more than we're exporting. And that gap narrowed slightly because we imported a little bit less and exported a little bit more. But we were exporting, in fact, to countries other than the U.S. We saw the number of goods going to the U.S. decrease for the fourth consecutive month. And the mix of goods, the proportion that we're sending to the U.S., near all-time lows. So we're finding other trading partners outside of the U.S., and that's actually good news for the diversification of Canada's trading partners and our economy.
Okay, Liana, thanks very much.
Thank you.
The head of GM Canada is in Calgary for the next few days. Today, GM's president spoke on a panel about the future of mobility in Canada and the company's plans to double its Canadian footprint. It comes on the heels of a meeting yesterday with the Prime Minister. Mark Carney met with the auto sector about ways to protect Canadian supply chains from the U.S. trade war. Among a list of recommendations, the group wants Ottawa to repeal the zero-emission vehicle mandate. Christian Aquilina says getting rid of the policy wouldn't change GM's EV commitment, but believes dictating what people should have in their driveway isn't the way to go.
We're investing heavily in electrification. We have 13 EVs available for customers, and we prefer that our technology path here is actually driven by the customer rather than a made-up mandate.
EV sales in Canada fell after federal rebates ended. According to Statistics Canada, zero-emission vehicles accounted for around 8% of new sales in the first quarter of this year. That's a 16% drop compared to the previous quarter. Ottawa is spending more than $13 million on a number of projects to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in Alberta and the Northwest Territories. Two of the projects are in southern Alberta. $3.4 million will go toward Taurus Canada Renewable Gas to build a carbon capture site at a feedlot owned by the Casco Cattle Company near Coaldale. It will turn manure into biogas. And Cavendish Farms will receive $1.7 million in federal funding to add a heat recovery system at its potato processing plant in Lethbridge. Sneak a Peek is underway at Stampede Park. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The start of Stampede is sure welcome news for Calgary businesses. That's because it contributes around $282 million to our local economy. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from one of those businesses that benefits. Also ahead, June numbers are in for Calgary's real estate market. Coming up, why realtors say they're having to have some frank conversations with some sellers. We'll explain. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. Calgary's Children's Cottage Society is celebrating the completion of its $26 million capital campaign and being debt-free. Today, staff and supporters gathered to shred the mortgage for the 35,000 square foot facility in Bowness. The funding campaign launched over a decade ago to bring together core services, including a crisis nursery, family resource center, and child development programs. Today's celebration also included wrestling legend Bret the Hitman Hart. He teamed up with Amazon to deliver boxes of toys, clothing, and school supplies for children in need.
It was really about keeping up with the need in Calgary, making sure that families and children who are struggling had the resources and the programs they need to be strong, to be resilient, and for children to thrive.
The Children's Cottage Society just does so much for so many families and children, and just it's a very critical thing that needs to be done.
The Children's Cottage Society says its new building will help more than 3,300 children and families each year. Calgary's most critical weather window is tomorrow between 9 a.m. and noon. Just ahead, Danielle takes a look at parade weather. Right now in the city, isolated showers and 17 degrees. Danielle, people want to enjoy the parade tomorrow. They don't want rain, and they don't want a sunburn.
I get that. But if you don't want a sunburn for the parade, you need to use suntan lotion? Sunscreen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 16 right now at the airport. That's because some rain is blowing through the airport area right now, and that's dropping the temperature, but it will start to increase back again. Today's high was 21. Tomorrow for parade morning, mainly sunny. Later in the day around 4 p.m., the clouds will increase. Tomorrow, a high of 21.
Thanks, Danielle. A professor at the University of Calgary is traveling across Canada with a unique exhibit that may have you viewing technology through a different lens. Researchers are using an RV as their mobile lab and incubator space, entitled Surveillant Pleasures. The RV is full of gadgets with the hope of making surveillance less creepy and more pleasurable.
What would it be like if we could radically reorient our world around things like pleasure and care and joy, rather than, say, profit, surveillance, that kind of thing?
After the stop on the University of Calgary campus, the RV and exhibit are off to Regina, Ottawa, and Kingston. An Edmonton project is nominated for an International Public Art Award. Play It by Ear was created by Calgary artists Caitlin R.C. Brown and Wayne Garrett. 13 brightly colored telephones have been placed around in Edmonton Park. If one is picked up, a matching one will ring, encouraging passers-by to answer and have a conversation with the person on the other end. Play It by Ear is nominated for a CODA Award in the People's Choice category. It looks really fun. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.